Hey everyone! Welcome to my channel. My name is Vanessa and you are watching the Exploring Oracle, or the Exploracle for short. So before we start off, let me just greet you guys. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you're celebrating. This video will be up on the 24th of December and I just wanted to wish you all a Merry Christmas. So today we'll be taking a look at this behemoth deck, or this deck collection, which is the Green Glyphs Collection, which is a set of 4 divination decks and hardcover glossary by James R. Eads. So James R. Eads is also the creator of the Prismavisions, the Cosmovisions, the Light Visions Tarot. I do have a flip through of those, the pocket decks or the pocket visions, which I will be linking up in the eye if you want to watch it. But now we'll be talking about this collection, the Green Glyphs Collection that I backed on Kickstarter early this year. Yeah, so this was supposed to be a birthday gift to myself because it was expected to arrive around October. But of course, with all the shipping delays and all that, I got it at the latter part of the month. So I haven't really had a chance to work with it. So it's now going to be a Christmas present for myself. Anyway, so far, this is the most expensive tarot purchase that I got. But basically, it's because I am getting 4 decks. So I was able to get the early bird Kickstarter price. So I was able to get all of these. So the 4 decks and the Pendulum and all that, with all of the freebies for the Kickstarter or the stretch goals for $150. I think it is a little bit more expensive right now if you go to his shop, if you will get the entire set. But be on the lookout because he usually does sales regularly, so you might still be able to get this at a slight discount. Okay, so this is so heavy. It's actually shaking my table when I hold it. But this is a heavy package because of the 4 decks. But I just wanted to show you what the sides look like before we get the individual boxes, and I show you what's inside and what we get. Maybe before we go into the main set, let me also show you this pendulum. So this is the Green Glyphs pendulum. How it tells you how to use the pendulum, and it is made of a really sturdy metal, so it feels really really good, really solid. I don't work with pendulums a lot, but I do think it works for me when I need this kind of tool. So usually when you use a pendulum, you first ask it what's the yes. So in my case, usually it's a clockwise motion, and then usually you calibrate it, tell you what's your no. So for me, it's either just stopping or sometimes side to side or clockwise, counterclockwise. But this pendulum is really well made. It feels sturdy. It feels premium. So I do like that. Okay, so you get the pendulum. Let me just put that to the side. You also get this art print. So he did ask the backers to vote for which design would be printed, and this is one of the oracle cards that he had, and the Enoki 1L, and of course he had a thank you note and the card for his shop. Okay, so we will be talking about 4 decks today. So this is going to be a longer than usual video, so just grab a drink, settle down and get comfortable, because I will be showing you all of the cards. Alright, so first off, it's in this keepsake box that you can put on your shelf as a set, but you can't really pick up the cards individually unless you like tip them all over, which we're going to do now. I'm sorry for the camera shake, but this set is so heavy that it really does shake the camera. Okay, so just to show you the inside of the box, oops, it's the other way around. Really beautiful details on the inside. It also comes with this a card holder, so you can set up to 4 cards using this stand. And then let's go look at this one by one. Okay, So first, you have the glossary. And of all the things in this set, this one is the one I was least interested in, or I guess it's just so basically the glossary contains the guidebooks, or the details of all the guidebooks within each deck. So it's become this big, beefy, consolidated guidebook, which does have, in a sense, redundant information because each deck would have its own guidebook. Okay, and the only thing different is there is this section at the back on creating your hybrid deck or using this as a mega deck. So the entire book is this big, but this is only the new section within this book. And at least for my case, I don't really see myself using this. I don't really think that I would be just picking up the book and reading through all of the guidebooks, or, you know, I just need really the reference if I plan on using it as a mega deck, which I don't have any intention of doing at this point. And each of the individual guidebooks would have been just something that I would have preferred reading on its own. So basically you have here the section for the tarot, and then you have the Lenormand, then you have your I think these are your runes, yeah, and then lastly the oracle. Okay, so later on we'll look into the details of each guidebook once you get into the decks, but personally I would have preferred that this had been a journal that came with the set, because there was a separate journal that you could get, you could purchase or add to the Kickstarter. But I wish that instead of a consolidated guidebook, that, you know, he just added the journal in the set. Okay, so that is the glossary. So let me put it to the side because I'm running out of space. Okay, so maybe let's start with the tarot. So this is the Green Glyphs Tarot. This, for each box, it does, for each deck, it does come with this kind of box. It's just different colors, but it's all magnetically closed. And then here you have written on the left side, the world is infinite and yet incredibly small. It contains everything we know and all we have yet to know. May these cards reveal the universe unfolding all around you. And may these cards teach you all that must be unlearned in order to move through time with an open heart and a ready mind. So it's signed by James R. Eads, which I like. So the guidebook, Green Glyphs Tarot. So if I would be reading the guidebook, I would prefer this smaller, more compact form factor than the big glossary, just because I have weak hands and it would be just too cumbersome to read using that big book. Although it does look good, but practicality-wise, I think I would prefer something more handy like this one. So for the table of contents, you just have here a note from James R. Eads, welcome to the tarot, the guide at a glance, how to begin, reading 3 cards, how to add another card, and then you have some spreads, the Celtic Cross, some spreads here, and then you go into the meanings of the suits and how to continue your journey. So I do like this guidebook. It is compact, it's useful, and yeah, I really much do prefer this form factor compared to the big glossary. So the same information that's here is replicated in the big glossary as well. So these are just the information, how to begin, how to add another card. These are the spreads, and the Fool's Tale or the Fool's Journey. And then for each card, you basically have the description of the card, and then your keywords for the upright and reversed. So that goes all the way up to the end, and just some additional information and if about continuing your journey. Okay, so that is the guidebook. these are the cards. So you do have this string, some detail at the bottom. Really well constructed box, although preference wise I usually like my decks, or at least my boxes, to fit the size of the deck, the size of the book in a more compact form factor, but yeah, it's still pretty well constructed, so I don't really mind as much. Okay, so these are the cards. Let me just struggling with that. Let me just show you the size. So it is smaller than standard tarot size, shorter and a little bit narrower. If you're familiar with the everyday tarot deck, it is roughly the same size as that. Okay. So I do have several mini decks. Yeah, so it is gilded in this beautiful gold gilding. This is across all of the decks because you can use it together as one mega deck. So yeah, beautiful gilding, doesn't feel sharp. Cardstock is good. It's nice and sturdy. I'm not sure how this will shuffle though, because of the smaller size. It might be a little bit difficult. And yeah, so let's just alright, so then let's zoom in and take a closer look at all of the cards. Alright, so these are the cards. They do have a border. There is a limited color palette that's being used, so mostly blues, greens, reds, so like earth tones, which follows the original Green Glyphs Lenormand, which is, I think, upgraded for this set. So initially it was just released as a Lenormand, but now there's a full deck, full set of decks that follow the same aesthetic. Now, I used to have the Visions, Little Visions Tarot, the Oracle, as well as the Light Visions, but I did rehome that because it was a little too detailed, and I did have some trouble making out the art because it was a smaller form factor. And well, I think it's really just because I have bad eyesight that I tend to appreciate more simple art. And when I saw this on Kickstarter, or when he was promoting this deck, I was really drawn to it. So it's not really an art style that I would usually gravitate to, but I do like the impact or how it looks on the cards. So as always, feel free to slow down, speed up, or pause if you want to take a closer look at the cards. Yeah, there's something about it, the limited color palette, and but the art is still powerful. You get what I mean? It's not bare or anything like that. It still has enough detail, and I can still get a lot out of it, even though it's a more simple or not as richly detailed as his other decks. So I'm sorry if you're hearing some noises. Yeah, I'm hearing some sirens, so I think it might be picked up by the mic. So I don't really have all that much to say about this deck because it's been out for a while now, and I have seen a lot of videos about it. So I'm just really showing you, but going through it a little bit as quickly as I can. So just so you have an idea, if you're also interested in picking this up, you can get it per deck or you can get it as a set. Love this Ace of Cups. I think you might also be hearing fireworks in the background. So here in the Philippines, we do I'm filming this on the 15th, and in the Philippines, we celebrate the holidays early. So there have been fireworks, I think, since the latter part of November. So yeah, you can hear it even though I have closed my windows, but I think you can still pick up the sounds. Love the cup suit. Love elephants. So there's also the name of the card, so it's very easy to recognize, even though it does stray or it doesn't follow typical RWS imagery. So for each deck, I will be showing you all of the cards. I will be shuffling, and then we'll choose a card to read so that you can also have a sense of how the guidebook reads like. Okay, and lastly, our stones or pentacles. So the pentacle suit has been renamed. Really a lot of big fireworks going around. Queen and king. Okay, so I do worry about how, oh, let me zoom out first. So I do worry about how this will shuffle. It shuffles really well overhand or side shuffling because the cardstock is not sticky. It doesn't clump. It doesn't stick. So it does give you a very smooth shuffle. So okay, we'll read for that one. But yeah, so you can side shuffle it really well. But as a riffle shuffler, let's see, it is a little too stiff to riffle. Now, I normally riffle shuffle all my decks, but we'll see. Because this card, the Everyday Tarot, used to also be really stiff, but now I can riffle shuffle it well enough. It's a lot more flexible. I don't know if the same will happen with this deck, and I don't really want to risk damaging the cards because I did do that with another deck and I ended up bending the card, and I don't really want to do that here, but yeah, I think maybe with use it can be riffled, but for now this shuffles just fine. Okay, so we will be reading for the Page of Stones. Okay, let's see if we can put that in our stand. Oh, but then you won't be able to see. Okay, so let's just read for the Page of Stones. Alright, so for the Page of Stones, it says, above the sea, an old stone mound has ended into a plateau. At the top of the plateau, a figure reaches their hand towards the sky, grateful for the newfound perspective. While we cannot change the natural cycle of things, we can use our own understanding to manifest like-minded goals. And then the keywords are enlightenment, new perspective, manifesting goals and new heights. And the reverse is lack of commitment, learning from mistakes, unsure of goals, and low desires. Okay, so yeah, that is the tarot. Yeah, I do like shuffling it. Feels good in the hand. I would have preferred if I could riffle shuffle it, but it still shuffles well, so I don't mind that. Okay, so let me just keep this so it's not cluttering up my already small space. And then let's go and proceed with I think this is the Oracle. So I was a lot interested with this Oracle. So the first thing that I was actually drawn to when looking at the Green Glyphs was the Oracle and the Lenormand. But of course, I was also I also did feel that there would be a value at getting the tarot deck and the runes, which later on you'll see. So it does look similar to the Green Glyphs Tarot. It opens up magnetically. And then on the side, it says, a door presents itself in a dream. It's a simple door, made of wood with a brass knob. It's nothing remarkable, but where it leads is all that matters. Once the door is open, it can never be closed again. May this oracle reaffirm your choices so you can cast fear aside for what lies on the other side. I like that a lot. So before we go into the cards, let's take a look at the table of contents. So again, same form factor. You have a note, welcome to the Oracle, some exercises, some poems, conducting a reading, reading 3 cards, painting the portrait. Oh, these are spreads, I believe. And decoding the cards and continuing your journey. So you have the note, what is an Oracle deck? Where does the imagery come from? Some exercises, some poems, how to conduct a reading. Yeah, this is a spread, some spreads here. Celtic cross. And decoding the card. So, decoding the card, you do have the card name, the glyph for the card, a few sentences, keywords, and reversed. So that is how this is set up. Okay, that goes all the way to the end. And then some additional information on continuing your journey. Okay, this is what the inside of the box looks like. I really love the details. Okay, so here are the backs. I wasn't able to show you the backs of the Green Glyphs Tarot, but it looks similar, but they are not exact. They are also not reversible. Well, I don't know if you'll notice if you shuffle reversals. I usually don't, so I don't really mind that. Gilded the same way, size is the same, but in this deck, you do have some foil on the actual cards themselves. Okay, so let's look at the cards one by one. So you have Acorn. So the design is the same. You have borders, and then you have the image and the keyword, or the name of the image, which I usually don't like in Oracle decks because I like having keywords. But in this case, well, I still prefer having keywords, but I think that also kind of limits you sometimes with how you would interpret a card. So at least I have both Oracle decks with and without keywords, and I can also work with this one as well. I really do like the foiling on the cards. I'm easily attracted to that aesthetic. Demons. And you know, I don't see Oracle decks with like dinosaur as a object or item described in the card or shown in the card. In this case, the creature described on the card. Love this door, and you can really interpret this in so many ways. Which I think that's why this deck didn't choose to have keywords. Train. This is our art print, the Enoki. Etching press. Ooh, feather. Really beautiful. Fig. Flamingos. Gazebo. A giant tooth. See, it's so unique. I mean, I've never seen an oracle deck with giant tooth in it. Ghost. Goat. Hummingbirds. So yeah, even though I do have a preference to having keywords in oracle decks, I am so excited about this oracle for some reason. The minimalistic art style does kind of remind me of The Empty Cup by Stasha Burrington. I also love that deck, but yeah, really excited to use this one because it's a lot more unique, I think, with the objects, the animals, the creatures chosen. Mantle. Here, it's not even the vase or the mirror, it's the mantle. Mites? Like, come on, right? Morning Glory. Onion with a sprout growing. Ostrich. Owl. Paint can. It's like everyday objects. Phone call. Pig. Playing cards. Plane. Portal. Rooster. Runic dice. Snail. Spoon. Stone tablet. Swing set. Talisman. Oops. Tincture. Willow tree. Wisteria. This feels extra thick. Oh yeah, it's just one card. Wisteria. Yesterday's coffee. And I think this is whatever you want to give, whatever meaning you want to give this card. Yeah. Okay. So, as with the other deck, let me just zoom out. As with the other deck, although this is thinner, so I think we might be able to refill it. Let's see. A little challenging, but doable. But I think I would use it first to kind of like make it more flexible. And it does shuffle really well overhand. Okay, so let's see if we can get a card to read. Oops, got a lot. But let us just choose the Lost Parrot. Or maybe we'll read for both because the guidebook entry isn't that long anyway, so maybe we can go for both here. The Lost Parrot and the Willow Tree. So the guidebook is arranged alphabetically. So we'll start with Lost Parrot. You come across a flyer for a lost parrot, stapled to a telephone pole. You rip off a phone number as if you'll ever find the missing bird. You can't hold on to something that was never truly yours to begin with. So the keywords for this is missing the past, misconception about belonging, feeling lost, or already gone. And the reverse is flight, freedom, finding your way, or letting go. So there are some keywords here that I mean, for me, if I got a lost parrot, I wouldn't automatically think about missing the past. But if you read the guidebook and then it gives you these hints and these ideas and you get to know the deck, then you would have those associations to get from or to build from once you start using the deck more. And I like that. And then the next is Willow Tree. So for Willow Tree, It's the middle of spring and you're walking through a blooming meadow as you come across a majestic willow tree. The sunlight spills through cascading leaves and you decide to sit under it. Peace washes over you, and so does your newfound appreciation for life. And the keywords are peace, appreciation, understanding, and spring. And the reversed are softness with self, tenderness with others, good intentions, and realizing internal magic. For me, when I do look at the willow tree, it does also give me that calmness or that peace kind of energy. I also like the sun. So yeah, I guess not having keywords does have some advantages, I guess, because you're free to interpret it however way you like. So that is deck number 2. So that is the Oracle, the Green Glyphs Oracle. So let me just again pack it and put it to the side. Okay, now, let me zoom out. Now let us take a look at the next deck, which is the Lenormand. So it all started with the Green Glyphs Lenormand. So initially, he only had this deck on his store, and then he created this whole series after the same aesthetic. So again, same kind of guidebook, box. There are many paths that have led you here, and there are many paths that lead you away from here. May these cards recall the paths that you have traveled. May they illuminate the paths that need guidance, and may they reveal that there are some paths better left unknown. Okay. So for the guidebook, you have a note. Welcome to Lenormand. At first glance, reading in pairs. Lenormand poetry, reading triplets. Chaining and mirroring. So basically how to read Lenormand, I think. Then you have the spreads. The meanings of the colors. And then you have the spreads. And then acknowledgements. So let's take a look. So here, a welcome from James. Then welcome to the Lenormand. How is it different from tarot? So I like that is there. And okay, so it also tells you the name of the card, the number on the card. Yeah, how to read Lenormand, how to read pairs. So I really like this because I feel, you know, I've been wanting to learn Lenormand for about a year now. I haven't really progressed much because I always feel I don't know, I feel like I'm limited by the fact that I'm still learning tarot, but I want to learn Lenormand, and it's a totally different system, and I just haven't spent the time. So I think that this guide is really well written and well structured, that if I choose to really focus on studying Lenormand, this would be a great deck to study with. And you also have here meanings of the colors. So this is what initially drew me to this deck, because it has a meaning. So the colors in the deck have meaning, and you can take note of the colors of the cards. So the unfortunate cards have an overwhelming amount of orange, while the positive cards are more gold or yellow. So the warning cards, those with a lot of orange, so it talks about those cards here. And yeah, so I like having that extra prompt, whether I'm reading a like positive or a negative card. Because for Lenormand, it's a lot more specific as compared to tarot. So yeah, so I'm really also very excited about this because it'll help me learn this system better. At least that's what I think. Okay, you have so you have the meanings of the cards, and then some additional information like and acknowledgements. Okay, this is what the inside of the box looks like. All right, so again, same gold gilding, the backs not reversible. So okay, so let's zoom in and take a closer look at the cards. So the Lenormand, you have the Rider, the Clover, Ship, a House, So I don't have a lot of Lenormand decks because they say a ship is a ship, a house is a house, a tree is a tree. But yeah, I like that like this one, the cloud, you do have this like idea that this is a more negative card. The snake, coffin, as let's say compared to the bouquet. Oh, a scythe, the whip, birds, child, fox, bear, stars, stork, dog, tower, garden, mountain, so a more negative card, bats, mice. So yeah, I do like the visual cues that you get with this deck. Heart, although I was expecting it to also have the same foil detail as the Oracle, but maybe that's just my misconception. A ring, book, letter, and then you have your gentleman, lady, lily, sun, moon, key, fish, anchor, cross, an alternate card for the lady and the gentleman, and then a gender neutral card, person 1, person 2, and albatross. It's the same with the other decks. This one is even thinner than the Oracle, so I think I can riffle shuffle this. Yes. And overhand. So let's just pick our cards, so just so you know what the keywords are or how the guidebook reads. Okay, so let's just choose one. So this is for the bear. Okay, so for bear, the energy for the bear card is neutral, and then the keywords are power, leader, mother, grandmother, matriarch, protective, boss, strength, and lump sum. Okay, and then you have some suggestions as well for like the combinations. So let's say if it's a bear and a snake, it's a power conflict. Bear and clouds, it's like an insecure leader. So it also has those cues as well on how you can read the cards. All right, okay, so we're finally getting to our last deck. Okay, so let me just keep that. Okay, so this is the last deck. So this is the Green Glyphs runes. So again, same style box. You have the runes, includes 33 cards. This is what the inside of the box looks like. Same guidebook format. May the runes guide you through future journeys with grace, compassion, and understanding. May the runes enlighten you on how to be soft in the face of fear and how to go deeper even when you don't feel brave. And may the runes teach you how to let it all go, not expecting anything to come back. Okay, so here in the runes, you have these rune dice. Again, the quality on these are great. They feel sturdy. They are quite heavy in the hand. I don't really know how runes work. It's not something that I am studying at this point. But somewhere down the line, I probably will want to pick it up. So I'm not as excited about this, but I am glad that I have it in the set. So let me just put the dice back. And this is what the inside looks like. Oh, let me just go over the guidebook. So again, a note from James R. Eads. Welcome to runes, the history lesson, how to string them together. And then, yeah, it talks more about the runes, how to read with 3 runes, 4 runes, 5 runes. And I think these are spreads. additional, this is the Anglo-Saxon runes. This was a stretch goal that we were able to reach during the Kickstarter. And then your runic journey and bibliography. So yeah, I think the set overall is a good way to learn about tarot, Lenormand, how to use oracle decks, because there is a lot of information and it is laid out in a I think in a digestible or easy to follow format. So yeah. Then for each of the runes you have the history and then the keyword. I'm not sure what that means. I guess it's like the reversed meaning. And yeah, how to use the dice, your runic journey, and bibliography. Alright. Okay, then lastly, let us take a look at the rune cards. Okay, so I won't even bother pronouncing these names because I do feel like I will just butcher it. But yeah, as always, feel free to slow down, speed up, or pause. But you have the runic symbol, the name of the rune, the glyph, and an illustration. So I'll probably set this deck aside for the time being because I'm not really planning on starting rune study in 2024. I already have a lot on my plate. But I'm just glad that it's here if I do choose to pick it up. And again, the quality is really, really good. I do feel that it is worth what I spent for it. Okay. And you know what, even though it has a limited color palette, I don't get bored with these decks. I mean, the images are just still so vibrant and there's still so much to get. Even though we have a limited color palette, the art is a little bit more simple. Something about it just comes to life for me. And I do connect with this a lot more than I did with the Little Visions or the Personal Vision series. And I think that's really mostly because I was so drawn to the art in that one. I just really like the art, but I guess it just didn't work for me as something that I read with. Okay, that is the last card. Okay, zoomed out. Again, a smaller deck, so I can riffle shuffle it and overhands really well. Okay, so let's just read for Hagalas. Okay. So it is not alphabetically arranged. So let me just find the entry for this rune. Okay. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention that in the runes, like the other green glyphs decks, the colors again play part. So the cards are color coded with reds and oranges signifying misfortune and yellows and gold signifying good fortune and positivity. Oh, so we got a red one, so it's not a positive rune, let's say. How come I can't find it? Oh, so it is arranged. So since I'm not familiar with runes, I don't really know. So you have here the forces of life. So these are the runes associated for that. And then the forces of the gods. And then this is our rune, Hagalas. Okay, so let's read for that. So the history the history, Hagalas translates to hail and is directly linked to the god Hagal. Hail was regarded as a cruel act of the gods as it could decimate entire crops. So, the keywords for this are disaster, disruption, destruction, sudden change, fear of the unknown, learning from misfortune, and growing pains. Hagalas is unavoidable and looks the same no matter what way you look at it. It has no reversed meanings, okay? And then, you also have a pronunciation guide. So, Hagalas, I guess that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry, I know I'm butchering it. Eventually, I might learn it, but yeah, not at this time. Alright, so, I guess we were around like 40 minutes in. Yeah, so I won't keep this for much longer. So that has been the flip through of the Green Glyphs set. Let's see, what can I put? Of the Green Glyphs Collection by James R. Eads. So again, it has this card holder, this glossary, this pendulum, and this enoki. Yeah, I'll put the enoki in the middle. All right. Alright, I hope you found this video helpful. Please don't forget to click on the like button and do consider subscribing to my channel. See you again next time. And again, happy holidays everyone. Bye!